We are back with you now on Wave Listens Live, and we are here with Trane Technologies, helping you prepare for fall. One of the items that should be on your checklist is HVAC maintenance. So we've got a whole checklist for that specifically, and Lance Mullins is here to help us walk through those details. You're the sales leader for Kentucky and Southern Indiana for Trane Technologies. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. Looking forward to it.
This is important stuff, and so obviously homeowners want to make sure that everything at the house is working the way it should, heading into a new season. So I guess, how can we do some of this preparation ourselves at home, get ready for fall with the HVAC?
A lot of times it's simple stuff, especially if you have a heat pump. Make sure your outdoor units clean, twigs, debris, leaves, that kind of stuff's cleaned off it. A lot of times you can simply take a hose and kind of get that stuff off the coil. Improves efficiency. Make sure your filters are cleaned and checked. So that's some of the basics. If you want to get more involved, contact your local Trane comfort specialist, and I'd be more than happy to come out and do a maintenance check for you and make sure you're primed and ready to go for the winter season. So
you mentioned changing the air filter, and a lot of times that's one of those things. Maybe set a calendar reminder for that. How often should we be really changing that thing out?
The general rule of thumb is typically 3 months, but every environment's a little bit different. So if you have cats and dogs and a lot of particulates floating in the air, that filter is going to get clogged up a little bit more than usual. So I'd probably check it every 3 months or so, and if you see a bunch of dirt and debris on there, give her a change. If not, let it ride. So
spring and fall are two of the types of year here in our area, Ohio Valley, that are beautiful, but bring with them a little too much allergies. Well, let's just say it's over the top with allergies in this area. So anything we can do at home to kind of mitigate what's inside the house, there are some things, some steps we can take to do that. Fall allergies pretty much upon us.
Definitely. Most everyone thinks of air or climate control as temperature, but there's a lot more than just temperature. You have humidity control and also your air quality. So making sure you maintain a proper humidity in your house can alleviate an environment where those allergens can grow and foster. And you also can implement different electronic air cleaners, UV lights, and different mechanisms where you can do some abatement from those allergies and kind of getting rid of them out of the airstream. So
I would think indoor air quality, you hear about this with businesses and offices and things like that, but maybe a overlooked area for homeowners that they think, you can actually do things yourself to improve your own air quality at your home.
100%, especially coming into the winter season, getting humidifiers in the atmosphere, making sure you don't have that dry air. The dry air, believe it or not, will kind of alleviate some of the mucus in your sinuses and allow you to get some viruses and bacteria more than usual, not only for your own health, but also if you have cabinets, hardwood floors, pianos, guitars in your house, making sure you maintain humidity levels that don't dry them out and warp your different furniture. It's always a wise choice to go down that road. So
we talk about DIY sometimes. Obviously, the best thing you can ever do, if you can, is call professionals, have the guys come out and check everything out. But if we're trying to make sure that we're doing some things, maybe even before you get there, to make sure that your job's easier too. Anything else? You mentioned with the HVAC, there were some things we can do with cleaning, making sure there's leaves not on the system and on the coils. But homes overall, in your world, anything else we should be working on DIY style ourselves?
The main DIY stuff, as I mentioned, with the outdoor unit, especially if you have a heat pump for the wintertime, if you have a straight air conditioner, they do make some sleeves you can put on it to kind of protect it over the winter time. It's fairly easy, kind of like putting a sleeve over your outdoor TV. You can put it over your outdoor air conditioner if you're not operating over the winter time. Again, the filter changing, and sometimes it's a wise move to maybe upgrade yourself to a smart thermostat, maybe a programmable thermostat, to do some energy savings as well. So
when it comes to, we were talking about every 3 months or so change out that air filter, but how often we should call Trane Technologies, for example, and say, hey, I want to make sure that everything's running as it should. I'm following some of these DIY things that are out there, but I just want to make sure that I don't run into a situation where something's wrong and I let it sit and now it's too late. Do you guys have a schedule for things like that? How often we should come out?
Our Trane comfort specialists, you can find them on Trane.com. They will have maintenance agreements that you guys can partake in. Some of them have different levels, so they'll come out once, maybe twice a year. Some of them might have filter changing programs as well. So if you want more of a hands-off approach, it's always wise to consult a professional. Let them take care of it. That way you're happy and you have a free of mind going into each season. So now that we're kind of coming off the summer season, going into winter, now is the time of year that a lot of our Trane comfort specialists are engaging in those maintenance agreements and doing that the pre-winter checkup routine. So it's always a wise move to get them involved.
We've got about a minute left. Speaking of Trane, anything about the company specifically while we've got the time that you'd want people to know about?
I would say not just Trane, but the industry in general. Most people might not realize, but we're going through a major transition in the HVAC world. We have new mandates from the EPA to transition from our typical refrigerant right now is R410A, but in 2025, no manufacturer for HVAC product will be able to manufacture or import 410A product in the United States. So we're moving to a new refrigerant coming 2025, which is going to be an interesting time for the industry as a whole. We're excited about the new future for it. So.
All right. Well, it's good to share some of that news and something for us all to look at as we head into the new year. Okay. Contact your local Trane dealer today, 1-866-720-5051. Best place to go. Website pulled up here. Another easy place to get in touch with you guys.
Yep. Trane.com. That's easy peasy.
Thank you for the tips and keeping us up and running as we head into fall. Lance, good to see you. Good to have you here on Listens.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
We'll see you next time. All right. Stay with us here on Listens Live. We've got one more great segment to go. Coming up next.
I want to show you an alternate